Okay, good evening. So today we will see Selenium WebDriver. So what exactly the Selenium WebDriver is, how we use it for building apps, how we code it in Python, and how we locate the web elements on the web page, and it's like we do whatever we fill the forms. For example, if you are searching in Google, typing something and just clicking on the search icon, so similar kind of stuff we can do using Selenium WebDriver. So it is like so it is a very powerful tool. We can say it's like we can automate all the user interactions. Like for example, if you want to like open browser, type something, click on it and fill the forms and hit the button, or if you want something like uh, scroll it, scroll down and select something, select various things from the checkbox, or click the checkbox, or click multiple checkboxes. So whatever we do, user can do, you can actually automate it via using Selenium WebDriver. Even we can actually scrape the data. Already we have seen how to scrape the data using Meteor Sub. Even we can use the Selenium WebDriver to scrape the data from the websites. So what exactly differs is like from Beautiful Soap and Selenium. Beautiful Soap is mainly we can scrape the data only from HTML elements, kind of stuff, HTML tags. But in Selenium, we can actually scrap some Angular based or React based data as well. Because there is a Selenium WebDriver acts as a interaction between our script and the directly the browser. So it's like something a automated bot, you can say. It's called a Selenium WebDriver. So we can so these are that. So different automation testing is one of the main thing. Maximum of the UI testers will be using. So it's one of the very largely used automated web testing, you can say, because Selenium is open source. So there is no need to buy anything. So that's why maximum of them, uh, maximum to test any web application, Selenium is the go-to tool. But few limitations are there. So for Angular or React based or responsive web designs, Selenium uh, don't work because it's actually based on the different target element, like web element locators. So for example, in Angular, if you see actually the ID, for example, any element ID, we will see how to check the element ID. If we give that element ID, but in responsive web designs, the element ID might change, and Selenium script might fail. So that is one of the backlog in Selenium. So we can actually, if you want to fill multiple forms, like repeated tasks with data, we can actually do that. Like we can for example, if you want one application to open another web application and get fill that data and get some response, that also we can do like web interactions using Selenium. So generally, so how we will be setting it up? So install Python. We already did from this Python.org. So we install it Selenium. So how we will be doing that? We do the pip install Selenium. So I have already did that, like pip install Selenium. So when we do that, it is like so. Okay, run as admin. So as of now, it is installed in my local like user directory. So it will install all the dependent uh, packages you can say. So yeah, so there are missing packages. So Selenium 4.18 is the package already like we installed now. So generally before as of now we don't need for Selenium like to download the WebDriver also. As of now the Selenium is upgraded so that we don't need to give the path of driver, but before what it used to have is like yeah, something like this. So it's like for every uh, web browser they used to release drivers. So for example, if you see for Linux, this is the driver. For Chrome, like for Mac, for Windows 32 version 60, for version this is the drivers we need to download, and we need to actually give the path of the driver, something like this. So it will be some Chrome driver.exe. As of now, it is not required. It is now it is already integrated in the latest versions. So generally, we no need to give this. So generally, we need to download and we need to keep it in some accessible directory, and we will giving the path to access that directory. Now, before going to that, so now this is the main documentation of the Selenium web browser automation. So what exactly it is like, and we Selenium web automation can be done in multiple languages. So Java, JavaScript, C Sharp, Ruby, Python, Kotlin. So different have different syntaxes, but generally what if you go with one language, we go as of now, so we are Python. Maximum of the every other uses Java. Uh, so, so the same thing like if you want to open some uh, web URL like google.com or something selenium.dev, this is in Python simple like but in Java we will be doing the same thing. Public class installing WebDriver, and then we are opening the WebDriver. So this is simple. So how we will be doing so now. We just go here. So once we install it, right? So generally, this is just I want to show we are not running this. So generally, we before before it used to we used to give the path where the Chrome driver is, and then when we are creating a one driver object webdriver.chrome, we will be giving the path of the Chrome driver path, so that that is to drive the uh, this thing like the web browser to open. So now as of now we are not giving that, so we are directly from Selenium, we install Selenium. From Selenium we are importing WebDriver, and from Selenium WebDriver dot, instead of giving import Selenium, we are just actually importing explicitly what required. So from by we are importing by from UI like WebDriver, right? So it's like we to wait browser to wait. So that's why just we have imported how much time to wait, like 10 seconds can give. It's like these are like extra payment. So we will be learn this is advanced Selenium thing. So as of now, if we this is one of the option Chrome options. So it's like uh, generally if you don't give this option, for example, and run just let me just comment it out, log comment. Yeah. So now just I want to open Chrome, and then I want to open this Python.org. So everything else I will comment it out. So now we are not using anything, we are just using some Selenium WebDriver and it will show error because just so just when we run this script, what it will do, we are actually taking the driver object, the driver object, and we can give it as prompt. So for different browsers, you can get like Firefox, Safari, it will have different effect. Then what we are doing, we want to open this web page. So it can be anything, google.com, yahoo.com, amazon.in, something, whatever. You can actually again, so many things. So it opened and it immediately closed because so but if you want to because it's automated script, so once it thought it will open and it will automatically close. But if you want the Chrome browser to stay, this is the option we need to give. So from Chrome options, we are getting Chrome options. So add a comment detach equal to true, and then we are passing that options into the Chrome like the driver object what are we creating. Now if I rerun this the same thing again, it is actually it is saying Chrome is being controlled by automated test software. So whenever we use Selenium, it actually it detects okay it is being used by some automated test software, and it displays this banner. Now the browser didn't close. So if you want to close explicitly, then we have two different methods. So one is like driver.close and one is like driver.quit. Uh, so driver.close will close the current tab, but if you open a different in Selenium, we can use open different tabs. We can open maybe 8 to 10 tabs at a time using different in the same script you can write to open different tabs. So and you can go to from one tab to one different tab. So whenever whenever you go to the current tab, so when the current selected tab, when we call that close, it will close only that current selected tab. But when we call the driver.quit, it actually closes the total Chrome browser. So that's the difference between these two. So now let's go to the locators. So now we have opened this one. So now what we will do, we will actually uh, mimic the whatever we do using this one. So for example, I opened this and now uh, now I want to search for pandas, and I want to click this glow button. Now, 1 second. Hello, is it fine now?
Yeah, okay.
So, right one. Okay, so now I open my, I want to search, for example, just let me python.org. So now I have gone to this search input text box. Now I have typing pandas and I clicked on this and I got this result. So here I got search python.org. Now I want to mimic the same process using our Selenium software. So how I will be doing is like I want this element, how we can detect is like this is the main thing we need to like. So we inspect this element, this text box. Now this text box having different. So ID is like id.stretch field. So if we just take this HTML, so now it has input ID equal ID stretch field, name, there is a name, and there is a type equal to stretch. So a role and the class, placeholder value, different as of now. So now, so to detect this element in we in Selenium, there are different types of strategies. So for example, we can detect it using by ID, where we got the ID ID called ID search field. In the name, there is a name value. So the same thing like okay, just to go back, name equal to Q. So and then we can actually define by class. So where the class name, or depending on by tags. Sometimes if you I want for example this h2 to get the tag h1 or the title tag whatever required. So even for links, by giving for example I want this link. No, again just one, this might be the link documentation. So in this if I just check, there is ID equal to documentation, but if there is a text field or different fields, I can actually uh, check for multiple things like some. Let me just go to here. Yeah, this is main link. So we can give the submit in the tag. There is a submit website bug. We can actually give the text or partial text where it can have this for example we can give submit or website bug, something like that we can give, and the Selenium will automatically detect scan the HTML web page and go to there and it will click on the whatever we defined thing. So these are the strategies. So CSS is like a few things and XPath is one of the if we don't have mainly like for example few things we don't have. Oh, like IDs or nothing else we are having. So CSS selector is again if there is one div class and in that for example this only you can actually give the CSS selector as container and then we can actually access this. So, but if you are still cannot access sometimes, so there are multiple things. Then the last option is like XPath. So how we can get that XPath? We can write our own selves, or we can actually go to here, and if you see there is copy element or copy XPath. When we copy that XPath, so it's like it will give where exactly it is, and it's like multiple HTML meant to say hierarchies. So it will give total HTML hierarchies in the div. Second thing, and like a second, maybe third. So from this ID, there is a multiple containers. In that multiple containers, third container. In third container, there is another container, and in that container, there is a unordered list, and unordered list, there is a list item with the index 3, and we are getting anchor tag. So this is it's a last option, but it's every time, maximum of the time this will work. So generally whenever we write some automation test scripts, so preferred is like in IDs, but if we are not getting anything, the experts will work definitely, because it's like HTML structure we are actually writing. So now I just want to mimic this one. So what I am doing, I am giving search box. Find element is a method. So as we see, find element. And now I am taking by name. So again, just I am going back here. So I have given name equal to Q, and then in that what I am doing, I have typed pandas, right? So it's like there is a method where we can actually send keys, where it will actually type for us. So it's like keyboard typing of letters from keyboard into text box. And now the next thing is like I want to click on the search button, like go button. So here what I did, I just go here. If you see the type is submit, ID equal to submit, name equal to submit. So I was searching by ID, and value what is that? It will be the submit. And I want because it's a button, I want to click it. Now I click it. It's, straight. So for this, what we imported like from WebDriver, from common by we have imported this from this classes, imported by. So it's like from by, if you see. So now if I run this again, I'm just not closing driver. Right? So if you see it, it is very fast. Within milliseconds, it actually we haven't seen it got typed also, but it typed and clicked it, and we got all the results. What are we click uh, the main how we did manually. So now uh, automatically, like we have entered 500 in search box and click it and we got the results. So just I'm closing this. Now just I want to get the data from some one of the tags. So for example, I want to display this data. I want this data to be, I want to get this data. So how I can get it is like I am just giving one try and accept block. So in that experiment, I am saying WebDriver to wait for 10 seconds until so presence of element located. This is another so now this is advanced for Selenium. So it's like whenever we are writing any script, so sometimes to load the page, uh, the web page might take some long time. So because Selenium is very fast, so it will search for that whatever the ID or whatever the export the element we have given. It will search for it and it will actually if it don't find that element, it will actually fail the test will fail. Similar, so to avoid that kind of unnecessary failings, so there is something like WebDriver wait. So we can give, we can say the Chrome driver to wait for 10 seconds until one of the tag name H2 is still visible. So it will wait for 10 seconds until this tag name is visible, or if we can give any ID or something, whatever we like to get uh, to check the data. After that, it will actually do timeout exception failed. You can give some whatever we like. So whenever I run again this, now what just this is again these two conditions, expected conditions as the now I want because we are displaying this h2 and we are in the h2 tag. There is what's the value is like slash dot python dot arg. So now I want to display that by using this h2element dot text method. So now again if I run the same code again, so now in it will open the browser, but in the console, it is in the command prompt what we are running, we will get other data like search.python.org. You can see it. So because we have printed it, we have got this tag value. We have printed it since results h2. So as of now, we have seen only like A by name by ID. You can just try with different options like multiple things like you can let's say implicit free weight. There are multiple options. Uh, Instead of giving what are expected conditions, something like that, here also, or this another, like we are opening Selenium and we are submitting some form by name, by CS selector, the button. We can actually do different kind of stuff. So just we have seen Python.R. So similarly in the automation, we use test like for example, if you want to test a Gmail kind of application, filling out user ID and password, and then we are checking whether it is getting authenticated or not. kind of stuff we can automate easily. So like login is successful, another test case, similar kind of stuff. And to so the next thing is like I want to just highlight there is one kind of extension in Chrome. So it's like we can actually from Catalan recorder. So now what I can do is so I can so instead of we actually manually inspecting element and everything, so we can actually record now whatever I am doing. So it will automatically so if you see here, just stop. Now we opened python.org. In the id field it was touch field, so it got id automatically, and it got the same, and that what we clicked on that text box, right? So what is the command and what is the type and click. So it's like easily to get uh, the IDs or the experts whatever we require. So this is one of the like play and kind of stuff. So we record it. What are the test case we want? What are the scenarios we want to take? It is one of the very useful kind of stuff for any automation testing, mainly web browser automation. Now, if I just play this test case also, if you see it actually run. So this is actually as of now this is not paid. This is just extension. So the cat launch today is something kind of this kind of a Selenium based web browser automation tool, but it is actually not open source. It we need to pay for using that. So here we have created one test case, and then if you see when we replayed, so it is saying what is the browser version and opening and clicking, click, and it's like once whatever we did, it's actually doing the test case equal to pass. So it's like again, so it's like asset value is like something we need to give. So for example, login successful, something like kind of stuff. Uh, when we want to asset, so is it the title correct or not? So this kind of asset statements, it's like we are matching with the title tag and the value tag, whether they're correctly coming or not. Yeah. So yeah, that's it for today. Yeah. Thank you.